are you going to be like right about there?
I mean, I'll probably sit up. I was going to sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what we talked about is what we're going to do. Like, so we'll start. The way we talked about it is like we're going to do a very quick, just kind of like intro, and then maybe we'll walk around just like come back to our discussion.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think we should start. Yeah, just gonna start. I'll turn it up, I got it. So let me just test it. Alright, so here's the magic thing. Does it work or not? Yeah, basically we'll do that the second wave.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for coming out. I think I'm just waiting for Dermot and Tim and Mara to come as well, so we can just they can be present for the conversation. But thank you all for coming. You know, you're here because you care about Rio and about Monte Rio, and we appreciate you coming. So thank you for being here. The people who are co-owners who are present are myself, Tim Nichols, Dermot Hickish, and Mara, who's Derm's fiancée. Where's Mara? She'll be here. I don't know what she went. And we're just excited to be here with you guys. So the way we wanted to spend the time, we have about an hour, is basically to give you a very brief, just like background. Basically like share what our actual proposal is with both the county and the ABC, what the background is, what we are doing, what we're not going to be doing. And then do a little bit of a walkthrough so you can actually see both this space we're in, but we'll walk you to the lobby and to the front patio so you can kind of just hear like what actually is being planned in terms of how we're going to plan to use those spaces. And then we'll come back in and spend the majority of our time actually having a discussion. And I'd love to hear from as many of you as possible, to introduce yourselves, what brought you here, what questions you have, or comments that you have about this proposal. And then at the very end, I'm going to take notes, and I'll do my best just to share, like, what did I hear? Essentially, what did we hear in this conversation? So I'll just start by just briefly, I'm going to go as fast as possible just to walk you through essentially what. Come on, you got this. You got this.
Do you want me to stand near the back?
It's weird, yeah.
Make it go.
The main thing is to hit this arrow here. Just don't hit any other button, just have the one on the lower right.
Tim's got longer arms.
Yeah, that one. You got it. Right, better go back. Maybe it's just slow. So the first thing I want to do is actually share, like, we came together as a group. Even before we got here, we're like, should we do this or not? We want to be really clear about what are we actually doing? Like, what is our purpose, and what is the kind of culture we want to create here? And this is something that we look at, as we move forward all the time, but I thought it was relevant to share with you, as we move into trying to include beer and wine in this experience. I'll just read what we've written down. We revisit this and we make decisions. The mission of the Rio Theater is to be an inspirational gathering place for both locals and visitors that becomes an anchor for Rio culture and recreation in the Western area. We do want to generate some kind of financial return so that we can succeed and grow, while also contributing to a healthy and sustainable development of our diverse community, and also creating something that we can be proud of. Like, we want to actually continue to really, it's something we can be truly proud of. The next one is what we wrote about the kind of culture we want to create. Relaxed, happy, and inclusive, where people of all kinds feel welcome. And that's the heritage of this place and Monte Rio from everything I've heard. We also want to be experimental and innovative with our theater and events, creating experiences far beyond just movies. Movies are the anchor. We will always be a movie theater. That is our heritage. That's who we are. And also we want to be experimental. And lastly, we value the heritage of Monte Rio and are grounded in our local community and environment. So in service to our customers and our guests, we create a caring and inviting space for families, children, and visitors to the region. And that's always been a core part of what we want to do. Fully inclusive, including all ages, families, and children. We intend to keep that going. So go to the next one. The other thing I wanted to share is sort of like, I think that especially since when we first became owners, there was like, there's 27 people, like who are these, it's like, I can see how the perception might have been like, who are these people and why is there so many of them? Don and Susie, it was clear. It was like, there's 2 people, they're here. It's clear who the owners are. Maybe just that's okay. So basically, why I put the pictures of those 5 people up there is because that's actually who is running the theater, from like the owner's perspective. Just stand up. I think Mara's the only one that was introduced earlier. So that's Mara and Derm are partners. They're the ones that are up here the most. You see them pretty much every weekend. They're dealing with all the operational realities. Last weekend somebody like pooped in the urinal. Like what?
It's true.
Mara was the one that cleaned it up. They're here present. They're the most active. Myself and my wife Christy, she's going to be here on Wednesday, but she's not able to be here today. We're also extremely active.
And what is your name?
Colin.
Colin?
Yeah, Colin and Christy. And I'm the one that's been most involved in the programming. And Tim also, very active. He and I were the ones that have been working over the past year around the beer and wine license with both ABC and Sonoma County. So I wanted to share that because I think it's important just to personify, like, who is the we here in terms of who is the Rio Theater. And even though there's a lot of people that gave some money, like this is actually the people who are present and working on